Okay, so I've been a victim of Windows 10 breaking, and I recorded some of this and then it crashed. And yeah, so I basically am going to play them with the knowledge of what's going on in these. And I realise this challenge is definitely the worst showing of challenges in the Hammer Cup, and it's the worst challenge in a long time that I've just not enjoyed barely any of the maps. And it's not the map makers I hate. I've looked at the list of map makers now, as this is a bit after my recording of this, and I've seen that there are people who have made great maps in the past, but this time it's just not been a great showing. So let's just dive into these maps and I'll see how well I can do to commentate on what I've already done. Okay, so here we go. I can't remember how to pronounce this map, but that is fine. As you see, there's a trap there, which is very in with the theme. I find a few of the maps didn't do that very well. You see, it's one of these things that the theme could have been accented so much more, and it just didn't. And that's really hard to spot that, you know, just because I knew where it was, you know, it was. So it's a very dark map. You don't have a flashlight, obviously, because you're not in a hazard suit. It's just one of these maps, which I think they're good every so often if they're done correctly. There's not much challenge. There is a bit towards the end, and I'll get to that. But obviously there's a lighting bug there, but you'll see why that happens if you understand the source engine and all that. Obviously, because I believe the source engine pre-calculates the light as it loads up the level. So as you see here, the lights change, and then they come to be now. This was quite easy for me, as I've seen it being done before, but oh wait, it doesn't work like that. You've got to use this thing, haven't you? Yeah, you've got to break the window, and I guess it's quite difficult for like maybe a new player who's only played Half-Life 2 or whatever to see this, because you know they're like looking around and trying to bash on the window, and obviously there's nothing. So that could possibly take them a while, but yeah, you know, it's going to happen. They're going to have to find it somehow. And obviously that's just an easy E and a break. So we probably want to be taking one of these with us. No, not one of these. Get out my way, box. Ah. One of these flares. And then of course the floor breaks. Now this bit confused me, because you can't actually get in there. It's sort of completely sealed off. You can't get in there. There's no gates. How do people get in there in real life? And then of course then we get introduced to the crowbar, which is a bit strange for a mod like this, which you don't have an HEV suit. But there's no enemies in this mod. Just a bit of spoilers there. Forgot about that. And there's another one here. Just jump over that. And I think you could just do them at any way you want. Ah, there it is. I thought, where is it? Have I pulled it already? I don't know. Yeah, maybe it will, because it's open. So pretty simple. We just duck under here, and this next bit is the challenge basically of this map. It's kind of the wild card, because so far it's not been fun as such. But here is kind of where it truly comes to light. Where the water currently is rising, okay? And I'm under the impression this should take everyone a few tries to get right, otherwise, you know, you just can't do it. So yeah, as you see the water's rising, you have to get up here and shut it off. Open the door, and then there's an elevator here that opens. So if you push that, you go up. And you see the map design's all very basic. Like it's very well, it actually looks pretty good, like the bit at the start with the door and all that. It looks fairly decent, like the map's not fun to play. Not the first time, not this time, it's pretty standard. And that's the same with a lot of these maps, but I'll talk more about that later. And obviously there's these combine here. I don't quite understand what happens here. They just kill me, I guess. So I don't know why they were there. I don't know where I was. That was well, however you pronounce that. Okay, so that was that one. Next we have Mayan Mystery. Now this map is truly a mystery. You know, it kind of has a good feel to it at the start, but then you look around and you realise it's slightly boxy, slightly. And you go down, maybe it broke the first time for me, because this is my second time playing these. Like I went down to this funny guy. Ah, right. Because the first time, that wasn't obvious at all. Like I was looking around over there. It was quite easy to get stuck. There's a lot of land here that could have been used, so it took me a while to search. And that's not very good for you know, you get the idea. It's not very good. You know, the players should be guided. What the heck happened there? I don't honestly know what's happening here. But yeah, like there should be lights shining on stuff. So players should know what to do. Like they should be introduced to a puzzle and know how to solve the puzzle, basically. Some more dynamite here, which you can obviously collect. There's dynamite goes in there. Again, I had no idea that that's what that was the first time. And we're getting through these maps so much quicker, which maybe is a good thing. But there we've got a brain. So we've got 2 brains left. I don't know why we're collecting brains. I guess that's what the Mayans did, or the Mayans, or however you want to pronounce them. I guess that was more Egypt, actually. But we won't question like the, you know, how bad the history is, because that doesn't matter. You know, what we're looking for is we're looking for a fun time. Finding these brains. That struck me as very odd, but you know, now this bit really confused me, because you go down here, this thing comes up the ground. And there's not much warning. I don't know, it didn't work that time. Anyway, you then go right and you collect the brain, but then it's difficult to get back up here, and it really lags it as well. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am, but you really can't get up here again. I've literally just noticed that. So where does this go? I didn't see this the first time. Oh. Why? Oh, is it that thing I was burning? Yeah, this is like so peculiar. It's so dark you can barely see anything, and it's not incredibly fun. Like, it's quite easy to say if we put enemies in then it'll be fun, but like there's a good idea behind this, but the map itself is not great. Now I could go down there, but I did find another way across, which was moving that. Obviously that doesn't work that time, didn't work, so we just go down here. And I went up here, but it doesn't look like there's any way up at all. So that is confusing. Right, don't die out on me. Oh, darn it. Aha, dynamite here. You see, the dynamite's not obvious, but it's now obvious what to do, I guess. So I mean, that's something, yeah. And then the that maybe if that was there, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with solutions, but it's difficult. It is difficult to make maps like these, especially in the time that they had. Again, 19 days. I keep stressing that on every single competition. It's really difficult to. I am currently having trouble getting off this ladder. There we go. So you place all the brains there. Lovely jubbly. Look at this though. It's quite good, the custom textures. Kind of gives it a bit of character. Now, this bit is interesting. Again, we're this bit actually comes and chases you and kills you, and it killed me the first time. No idea what had happened, but I guess it was a good trap, which fits in with the theme. And I guess this was a really good theme, you know, the Mayan theme. It isn't done in Half-Life because people like kind of the realism. We're being chased, by the way, but I quite like different, you know. Now we do have to clear before we get completely killed. And then we sail towards the light. Don't look at the light! Okay, and then that is it. Again, it doesn't look, you know, over the top, but it is like inside it was fine, but the map itself again wasn't really fun. It was very miss. I don't know what that means. And then make Earth great again.
No. There's got to be a transmitter around here, Gordon.
There's Alex just chilling out.
Stay here.
Are you feeling chilled? Yeah, that's right. I'll do all the work. You just sit there. So we're in the middle of a nice plain in the middle of nowhere, with a petrol station just happens to be here, and a castle, and lots of mines or hoppers. That's right. That's what they're called. Yeah. Whoa. Just destroy all these statues. So obviously we've been knocked out and we're in the cell and it says traitor on the wall.
It seems as if you only just arrived. Still,
Ooh.
I am not one to squander my investments.
Okay, so the key's inside here. Obviously G-Man's given that to us. I think I only worked that out there. I think. There's like custom textures here, obviously there's the traitor and it says it there. And this is quite a unique way of killing this guy because he's chasing after you. He's like, his heart is set on destroying you forever. So we get the key, we put the key on the lock. Now this bit's where it starts getting really confusing because I don't know what my aim is. And I go up here and I'm looking and there's like... There's the ice plane, but it's like there's nothing else in between. But with that being said, let's just crack on with this. Okay, that's locked. Ah, it's a crowbar, I forgot. I was looking for it because I know you need it. So we do that. Do that. It's all fairly simple. Breaking this vent and then you go down here and this bit was... You know, because the wall here closes in like Star Wars. And I wasn't quite sure about that at the start. I was looking about... Almost got crushed, but just made out. It was actually more epic and more funny for YouTube. And of course, we have to wait for that to happen. Actually, we get to see the zombies getting completely annihilated. Well, we may not be able to see it, but... Actually, maybe we could if we could go up there, we could enjoy the show. Oh, we can't see any further. Okay, he's dead. Let's go down. Okay, now this bit, there's just too many zombies basically. And this bit's a bit weird, it's like... Well, what is it exactly? I don't know. Whoa. Did something just drop on my head? That might have been a trap, if you know what I mean. Ah! Oh darn it! I shouldn't have walked into my own. Shouldn't have walked into my own grenade there. That was fully my fault. Now, this bit took me ages. For reasons that I don't actually know how to solve it now, but... You need to somehow get that broken. Because this is of course a pressure plate that if you go like this, you die. So you need to find a way of getting it. Of course, it doesn't look like you can because, you know, there's no guns anywhere. There's only grenades, and you can stop it by hitting that thing at the top, but doesn't it like you can do that with this? Yep, you just die. I'm on 28 HP basically, and there's really no way of doing this. Oh, I just killed that guy. Alright, I'm gonna have to cheat here. You see, I've made it across here. And then I destroyed the table. And there's nothing to do it, but you see the thing is if you shoot it, that stops it, but that would only work if you're on this side, because that's where you get the gun. Whoa. Oh, come on. You know, I got annoyed at this at the actual time, and I'm getting annoyed at it now. Let's just turn God mode on. Okay, God mode off. And there's a wire here, so obviously TrapVille. Okay, I'm on 3 HP and I really need some health. There we go. There's the health I wanted, but not necessarily the health I deserve. Lots of hoppers. And it's good that they give you ammo. You see, the map looks very funny. Like if it had been maybe if the mapper had a bit more time to detail it a bit better, maybe it would have looked better. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I just walked straight into a trap there. Now this bit was confusing because I did that and I thought that was going to do something. It doesn't. It literally just opens and closes that door. That was fairly easy. That always is, however. I also like the custom textures on this one as well. And if you're wondering why the rebels are fighting with the Combine, that's just part of kind of the whole story arc, basically. But these Combine with shotguns are really powerful. Like, I'm talking like really powerful, so. So we need to go straight into the centre of the castle or whatever it is here. There's a trap there, by the way, just thought I'd let you know that. Actually, it also looks like there's a trap there as well. So what we need to do is listen to
Gordon, I'm gonna leave
Alex.
here and catch up with you. Be there as soon as I can. My guess is there's a bunch more soldiers heading your way.
Yep.
Be there in a second, Gordon.
So we're going to need all of this health because honestly the amount of soldiers they send is so what you really need to do here is you really need to come out of the centre. You are tempted to stay in the centre, that's what it feels like. It feels like that sort of dungeon fighter game where you need to wait at that level or that part of the level and fight, but actually coming out is probably the best idea. Coming out of the centre and just staying in and around. Now here's it's very dangerous. But it's got 34 health actually, that's Not an awful lot. Oh my word, 4 health. No health, I'm dead. But as I said, like, these Combine soldiers are really see, they are really overpowered. I would have probably... Okay, I'll turn around immediately. Did that guy drop? He did. He dropped 44 HP. And I shot him. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. I didn't shoot him. Oh, he got me so close to the end. No, there was some health down there, but we probably need to bait them out. Now, we saw the helicopter coming down there. They're 52 HP, that should be enough to get into the helicopter. Come on! There we go. So that's how that's done. There's the G-Man, of course, he spoke at the beginning of the level. And we're flying into, well, I don't quite know. I don't know if the fog in this level is broken, external fog, but I don't know. I'm not a mapper myself.
It's a trap.
And we're probably dead. So there we go. That's just a quick run through of the last 3 maps, because Windows is dreadful. I think this challenge has been probably the poorest showing in the Hammer Cup, because I thought TrapVille was bad, but it actually had a few inspiring maps. This one didn't really. I mean, it had like good maps and maps that were well made, like a quick drive through was well made. Bridgehead had a few good concepts to it. Confine Home was fun, it had a lot of humour in it, but otherwise there was just nothing special. And I think I'll make a separate video on speaking about each one of the individual maps, but thank you for watching my playthrough of TrapVille, and I'll see you again quite soon. Dolmo the Douglas, over and out.